All right, welcome to lesson 5 of unit 5. We are going to do more or less the same thing as we did yesterday. We're just looking at graphs of functions. So this one is actually pretty easy. So for your warm-up activity 1, there's 4 different graphs, and in your books just say which graph does not belong. So this is one of those questions where you can really give whatever answer you want. So pick a graph and give a reason for why you think that it does not belong. So I think, oops, that is way too big. Why isn't it letting me change? There it goes. Sorry. Okay, so I think graph blank doesn't belong because blank. And you could say, because this one doesn't go down, because this one is facing to the side, whatever. This one has dots, the other ones are solid lines, something like that. Okay, activity 2. The graph shows the temperature between noon and midnight in one day in a certain city. Was it warmer at 3 p.m. or 9 p.m.? So all these questions are just going to require you to read the graph. So if I look at 3 p.m. And I follow it up like this, I get about 54.5 degrees. If I look at 9 p.m., I follow it up, I get a little bit more. So then you would go and you would say at 9 p.m. Approximately when was the temperature the highest? So then you're gonna go, oops, didn't work, and draw from the peak straight down. So, I don't know, a little bit for 6, maybe you say something like 5:50 p.m. Find another time that the temperature was the same as it was at 4 o'clock p.m. So at 4 o'clock p.m., you're going to see that the temperature was this given amount, and then you're going to find somewhere else where it's that amount. And then try number 4 on your own, and number 3. 5 says, does this graph show that temperature is a function of time or that time is a function of temperature? So you're going to say that the dependent variable is the function of the independent variable. So this is the dependent variable, right? The y. And this is the independent, the x. So following that pattern, we would say temperature is a function of time. Okay. Oops. When the input for the function is 8, what is the output? And what does that tell you about the time and the temperature? So when the input is 8, so that means you're going to look at time. 8. What's the output? Temperature. You guys can do that one as well. Okay. Here's a graph showing, what is it showing? Tons of garbage in a year. Looks like it's what it's trying to show us. And then we've got some questions. So this is the 3rd activity of your 5th section, if you guys are getting lost. Okay. So it says the graph shows the amount of garbage produced in the U.S. each year between 1991 and 2013. So A says, did the amount of garbage increase or decrease between 99 and 2000? So you're going to look 99 and 2000, like 99 is probably maybe here. And there's 2000. And that, to me, looks like it increased. Oops. For B, it says, did the amount of garbage increase or decrease between 2005 and 2009? So you guys are going to try this one on your own. So 2005 to 2009. So just if you're having a hard time imagining like 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, you can kind of break it up like that. So you could say, okay, that's 2005, that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, that's 9. So from that highlight to that highlight, what happened? Did it increase or did it decrease? And you guys can look at that, figure it out. So then C says between 91 and 95, the garbage increased for 3 years. Then it decreased in the 4th year. Describe how the amount of garbage changed in the years between 95 and 2000. So then you're looking at 1995 to 2000, which is that. And you kind of describe how it goes. So if it helps you, you can trace, the line and kind of see what went on there. And you're going to describe like, it dropped slightly and then it increased. Yeah, something like that. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, what's going on with 2? So the graph shows the percentage of garbage that was recycled between 1991 and 2013. A says, when was it increasing? So on your own, you're going to go through this whole graph and record spans of increase. And then for B, you're going to record spans of decrease. And span just means years. So like, it's increasing between, looks like it was a pretty solid increase between 1990 all the way to maybe like 97 or 96. And then it drops a little bit. So that's pretty much what you're going to do for that. So just give me years according to what's going on. And if it helps you, you can trace the line. Tell the story of the change in the percentage of garbage produced in the U.S. over this time period. So here you're going to just give a summary of the line. So you're going to say like, the overall trend was what? An increase, right? Was an increase in amount of recycling. And you could say with brief periods of decrease in recycling or something like that. I think that's it. So the whole point of this lesson was just to show or to be able to sort of understand the story or like what's going on behind a graph of a function. So these are all functions, one which just, means one input for one output, right? Like amount recycled for each year. It's only one amount for each thing. Same thing here. Amount of garbage per year. It's only one output. Same here. The temperature for that specific time. There is only one temperature for that specific time on that specific day. It wasn't multiple temperatures in that one place. It was just one temperature. Alrighty. If you need help, join help session at 1:40. Let me know before.